Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. Today is a patron pick video where I talk about authors who've got one more chance with me. One. And that's it. Now, at first I was like, 3 strikes, you're out, right? And then I was like, no, some of y'all ain't getting 3 strikes, okay? Some of these people, I have read 2 books by them and I'm like, okay, I'll read 1 more. And if I don't like it, we're done. But some of these, you trespass once and you get 1 more chance and that's it. So, are these all of them? No. Y'all know I stay angry, but here are some of them. Without further ado, we're gonna start with Emily Henry. The beloved Emily Henry. Oh dear. So I read Beach Read and I finished it. I did not hate it, but that's not what I would go to for something when I want to read a romance. When I'm thinking about a lighthearted contemporary romance. That's not what I wanted. And she just has a more women's fiction-y vibe to me. So I gave Beach Read 3 stars. Again, didn't hate it. But so many people loved it. Oh my God, I was crying. It's my favorite. Okay. Then I read People We Meet on Vacation because a lot of people were like, I didn't love Beach Read, but I loved People We Meet on Vacation. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I DNF'd that book. I found it so... No, the main character was annoying. The other dude, the guy was bland. I was like, this is not working. And then there was like one line, and I can't remember what it is, but it was something about, hold on, I got the book over here in the corner. So they're eating they're eating cheese. I don't know if it's a charcuterie board or whatever, but it goes, she gets anxious when I leave New York too, Rachel says. New Jersey is about as far as the umbilical cord stretches for us. Now let's get some juice. That cheese board has basically formed a cork in my butthole and everything's just piling up behind it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Emily. No. I don't know how far I got into it, but I was like, I am bored. So I DNF'd it. Now, Book Lovers is out. I have the audio. I've heard that it's perfection. It's Emily Henry greatness. I've also heard it's terrible. It's boring. So seeing as we don't have a good track history thus far, I am very nervous, but I feel like that's gonna have to be my last Emily Henry, at least in the romance genre. Because if I don't like that one, it's a wrap. We're not meant to be, and that's fine. Mr. Grady Hendrix. So I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Didn't hate it. Did have some issues with it. Some things made me feel a little, what do the kids say on TikTok? It gave me the ick. But I still overall relatively enjoyed the story. My reading time was very like compulsively readable, like I was flying through it. I tried the last final girl support group. Jail. Straight to jail. It was a mess. I hated it. The main character, I don't know a last time I've been so annoyed to be in someone's head. Like, oh my gosh, I realized there was history and trauma there, but oh my gosh, the most annoying and her only friend was a plant. She talked to the plant. Yes, like a leaf, like a leaves plant. I could not do it. It was terrible. I read the whole thing. I have a vlog. I have a review. Hated it. So I'm like, Grady, I don't know. He does have Horror Store, which is like a haunted IKEA story, kind of, and My Best Friend's Exorcism. I'm like, I don't know. I think he has a new one coming out January 2023. It's called How to Sell a Haunted House. So your past and your family can haunt you like nothing else. A hilarious and terrifying new novel about when their parents die at the tail end of the coronavirus pandemic. Oh dear. 2 siblings are devastated, but nothing can prepare them for how bad things are about to get. They are almost totally estranged and couldn't be more different. Now they don't have a choice but to get along. Interesting. I'm gonna give it a shot because, hold on, let me see. It says Louise and Mark, and so I'm assuming that Mark is a dude because the 2 stories that I've read from him, his main characters are all women, and I don't know if that's the best route for him. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna try that one, and then we're gonna see if me and Grady just can't be friends. Okay. Leigh Bardugo. Oh, this makes me sad, but Miss Leigh. Okay, it's been a journey. Started with the Grisher trilogy, which I enjoyed for the most part. I do have a lot of issues with it, but obviously it brought me one of my favorite characters, Nikolai Lantsov. Oh. And then I read the Six of Crows duology, which I loved. And I was like, wow, this is perfection. Then she said that Nikolai's getting his own series, and I was like, what? And I don't think around that time, I don't know if it was the same time, she announced her first adult novel. And before she had announced this, I was like, there was maybe a tag or something I did on Bookstagram, and it was like an author you would be interested, or like one of your favorite authors writing something else. It was some kind of question, and I was like, I would be really interested to see Leigh Bardugo write adult after Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, right? And then she did with Ninth House. So I read King of Scars, I think that came out earlier that year. So hyped for it, so hyped. And it was a book, you know? It was a book, it had people in it. Nikolai appeared in it. It was not Nikolai's book, it was not good. I am still angry about it. Have not read the next one, Rule of Wolves. I think it's only a duology. Have not read it because I'm pissed. Maybe one day I will. Then I read Ninth House. Dull, trifling, nasty for no reason, hated it. Except I liked one character, and then there was a line, the last line of the book, reference that character, since that character is missing for a chunk of the book. And I'm like, well, now I gotta read the next one because I need to know what happened. God damn it. So I'm gonna read that one. I'm not including that in my last chance because I'm already going into that one knowing I'm not gonna like it. I just wanna know what happens to this character. I'm not gonna buy it. But whatever Leigh Bardugo writes next, that might be my last chance with her unless she blows me away, because I don't know. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom might have been an exclusive. That might have been a one-off. I don't know. You know, I don't know. So after this Ninth House, which I don't know, it better be a duology. It better be a duology. I'ma see what Leigh writes next, and I'ma read it, and then we may be done for goodsies. Who knows? We shall see, right? Holly Black. Now this one is an exception because I've read one Holly Black novel, and it was the substance was. Let me see. You see this packaging? This had my external hard drive in it, right? This is all that's left in the box. This package has more substance in it with just this cord than that book. That book was a real rough draft, and they said send to the printer. They said send it to the printer, sis. We don't need to change nothing. We don't need to expound nothing. We don't need to go into depth. We don't need to really dive into the magic system. None of that. Your basic thoughts, print it. I didn't read Crude Prince. I didn't read Coldest Girl. I don't want to read any of those things. But Miss Holly got one more time. And I know that's rude, but I don't care because it's my time and my money. Okay? So anything related to Book of Night, nah. Something separate. If she has some new separate thing that's not the Cruel Prince, that's not Book of Night, I will give that a try if it sounds good to me. And then we'll see. But she should be banned just for Book of Night because that was a fucking disaster. Okay, Robin Hobb. Now, I know. So I've read the Farseer trilogy mostly. I read the first two books. I did DNF the third one and I got it spoiled for me, so I do know what happens. Her writing is beautiful, but I don't know. I was struggling with the Farseer trilogy. I know so many people love it, but I was like, I love pain, suffering, misery, girl, but damn, can Fitz get a break? I'm exhausted reading this shit. And I think another thing was just being in Fitz's head, all those pages. I was like, I cannot. So I do have here the live Ship Trader books. So Ship of Magic, the first one. Yes, I have all three of them. Be quiet. They're beautiful. But I feel encouraged because of hearing about these books, that they're different, it's not following fit, multiple POV, which I think will help me a lot, and like the premise of these ships that basically come alive after something, something, something. So now I've read 2.5 books by Robin Hobb, and is Robin Hobb still writing? Unsure. I know the Realm of the Elderlings is finished, I think. So if I don't like if I DNF Ship of Magic, then I mean, I'm gonna keep those because they're pretty. But then I just don't see any, because so many people love Ship of Magic, I just don't see it getting any better for me with the other books in the Realm of the Elderlings, and I would just be like, okay, there's no point in continuing. So we shall see. I'm fingers crossed. I want to love it. I feel like of all the books described, beside the Rainwild Chronicles, I don't know if that's what it's called, even though I feel like I don't hear that one talked about a lot. But all of the books in the Realm of the Elderlings, I feel like I should love these, and so if I don't, then Miss Robin ain't for me. Mark Lawrence. So I read whatever that raggedy book he wrote, something Fools. Awful, terrible. What was that? I love grimdark. I love a gray character. This dude just sucked. And the book sucked. And I was like, I hate this. I read it a while ago. I have wanted to read, I don't know what it's called, but it's like Red Sister, Gray Sister, something sister. That trilogy. I have Red Sister. And I want to try it. I did try to read it years ago, but I did, was that? Or maybe I'm thinking another book. I don't know, but I have it. I own it physically. I want to give it a try. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I like Mark. I don't know, but I don't feel like I like him. I really hate it. Is it Prince of Thorns? Prince of whatever it was. Hate it. I feel like I've seen him on Twitter and I'm like, I don't like your tweets sometimes. And then, yeah, that's really it. I mean, I don't really have to give y'all a reason. I could just say, you got one more chance, but I'm giving y'all a reason. So, I'm gonna read Red Sister and see how I feel about the other ones. Even though I know people who really love that trilogy, then there was like a spin-off, I think. Or maybe it's just in the world. And I haven't heard good things about that one. So we'll see how I feel. Maybe his writing just doesn't vibe with me, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, how many men do I need on my shelves? No, I know. Speaking of men who are raggedy, Riley Sager. I didn't even want to read any more Riley Sager because I hated the Final Girls so much. And then also his little petty tweet towards Grady Hendrix, which is funny because then I read Grady Hendrix and I'm like, I mean, I don't love Grady Hendrix, but still. It was a petty tweet. But the Final Girls was so boring. Like, so boring. And I was like, why are y'all hyping this man up? Like, I mean, y'all eat up Riley Sager. Y'all be like, oh my God, I can't wait for the new Riley Sager. And I've only read that one, okay? Just that one. But it was so boring. I just remember just being so underwhelmed. And so there's been so many other books. Some people are like, this is my favorite. I feel like the last one, Survive the Night, has probably been the one I've heard the most consistent about, that people didn't like that one. But there is a new one, and because of a project that I'm getting into for the summer, I may end up reading that one. And then I'll be like, you're not for me. Or maybe, you know, this wasn't super bad. Maybe I can try your other books. But Final Girls put a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, this is terrible. Terrible. And finally, the big question mark here is Andy Weir. I read The Martian. It was fine. I didn't think it was hilarious. I didn't think it was amazing. I read Project Hail Mary. Whack. It was The Martian Part 2 with Mark Watney 2.0. It really wasn't The Martian Part 2, but they're very similar. The main characters are very similar. I don't think Andy Weir's humor works with me. But I'm like, okay, I read 2 books. I know I'm not reading Artemis. Is that what it's called? I know I'm not reading Artemis, but maybe if another one comes out, and maybe if the story isn't about one solo dude in space, I could give it a chance. To be determined though. I know Artemis, I think, was following a woman, but like, maybe if there's a cast of characters, that would be better if it's just like one singular person, because if you only have one main character and then I don't like that main character, it's kind of You know, the story's kind of lost there for me. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. But all of these are, besides obviously Robin Hobb, I own Red Sister. Do I own any of these other ones here? None of these I'm gonna go out and buy. Like, I didn't buy the Emily Henry audiobook. I'm not gonna buy Grady Hendrix' new book, and I'm not gonna buy like Holly Black or Leigh Bardugo, whatever. You know, those will all be library, or if, you know, I got an influencer copy or whatever. But yeah, you can't let people keep playing you. And I don't let enough of these authors play me enough times. You got one more goddamn time. I said it. So please let me know if you have any authors like this. Who are they? Please tell me. How many chances have you given them? Are you gonna give them one more chance, 2 more chances? Does it depend on the genre of the book? Let me know down below. Shout out to my patrons as always, holding me down. So if you wanna join my Patreon, it is linked down below. There are various tiers. You can read all that stuff and look at the cute art that was created by Art by Chelsea, who's on Instagram. You should check her out if you want some art commissioned. I think that's it. So stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.